6 a.m. Atlantic City Airport. Roger and I are headed to Orlando with Bubby to meet with a specialist, a nutritional specialist, for our Bubby Badass to get him on the right path to talking. Are you
Hello, welcome back. But you may not hold that.
So we are currently at Universal Studios Islands of Adventure City Walk to bring Bubby to lunch because we are super early and we hopefully will have a good time here.
Sweaty nuts.
Okay, so we just arrived in Orlando to Dr. Cartzinell's office, who is a specialist for kids like Grayson, who just needs a little push in his speech, therapy, all that good stuff, and hopefully he can point us in the right direction to get Bubby Badass talking. And Bubby Badass is currently sleeping. Ooh, toys?
Go get it, bub. Oh.
Wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round, round and round. Wheels on the bus go round and round. All through
No,
town.
that's...
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
I always say.
Hey, dude.
Come on in.
A little bit of spunk.
He just woke up. He's only got about a 20-minute nap in today, so he might be a little on the testy side, right?
I've never seen that
Like, yeah.
before. How's he with transitions? We're gonna hear about it?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, come on
No
back.
stranger danger, but
It's one thing for us guys to plan for retirement, for
Right.
us.
Yeah.
It's another thing to plan for somebody's life
Right.
for another 20 or 30 or 40 years
Right.
after
Yeah.
we're gone.
Right.
How do you do that?
months of intervention, early intervention, and then it just linking up with Jenni, and I was like, it just like all came together a couple weeks ago. I was like, I need your help.
Yeah,
Whatever you got, I
got
need
the
it.
SOS, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
John. Yeah.
3 appointments with the Children's Hospital. He failed his 24-month-old questionnaire and his MCHAT, and we are through the first steps of the Children's Hospital when it comes to diagnosing. October 16th is the full one.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of fun because my wife can go to Disney and say, there's one, there's one, there's one. We just saved you $3,000 and a whole bunch of time diagnosing them.
Yeah.
Because they have some characteristics that are pretty easy to tell that they're on this spectrum. So let's go through some of them and see if we can get a little closer. How's our language development?
None.
Okay. How about a receptive language?
Very rare. He's learned through 5 months of early intervention, I would say open, right? And puzzle. Through sign language.
Open, puzzle, yeah.
Those are the only two that I can definitely like.
Yes, I thought about 8. 8. Peace. Still learning the piece, but he does some things. But yeah, as far as actual words that he says all on his own, the only one that I think, and maybe I'm a little judgmental here, but I think he's just started saying "dada." Like, you know, and he comes to look for me and says "dada." So, but that's just in the last week.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Yeah. Okay.
But when it comes to like even Baba, he doesn't know his bottle. He doesn't know how to point to it. He
Did he turn to his name?
Sometimes.
50%, 20%.
I'd say 30. Like we'd have to. That's when we got the hearing check. So I was like, he must have a hearing issue because he's just not responding to his name. But you know, if in the right mood, he will turn around and look. But I also don't know if he's looking just because it's quiet and I say something. You know, just kind of rolling of the dice.
Okay. Does he flap, skim?
Sometimes.
Does he get obsessed with objects?
Yes. He loves his Maui doll, and he loves to dump toys. It's an obsessive thing. Every morning, he has to dump his bin of toys, and every time we're outside, he has to open up a sandbox. But he hates playing in the sand. He just has to open the top up every time he walks by. So it's just like that's his thing. He does it. He moves on.
There's rituals.
Yeah.
Normal.
For me, like when he dumps toys and you don't allow him, it's like full-on hysterics. So it's like he has to do it. Like this is what he has to do. So I find that abnormal because we could always tell the difference between our 4-year-old that would be like, all right, I'm moving on. I give up. It's, you know, it's not a win. I'm not going to win this battle. Where he has to win the battle. He's definitely stranger danger. He gets used to the people that he sees very often, but he doesn't. Would you say, like, I wouldn't say that he allows them to, like, hold him or anything. Like, my dad can never hold him.
He doesn't really, like...
He cries if the grandpa goes in your room.
Than you or I, really,
yeah.
for the most part, but
myself.
He's extremely loving, extremely, to Jenny and I.
And the nanny.
And the nanny, extremely loving kid, not socially awkward there at all.
So that's the kind of the, in my opinion, the older diagnosis. Oh well, he's affectionate, he's loving, and he can't possibly be on the autism spectrum.
Yeah,
that was Roger's diagnosis.
I will admit,
90%.
I will admit to being of that mindset for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he's not cold to me. There's no way.
Now they can be, but for the majority of the kids that I see in my clinic, they're very affectionate children.
He's a lover boy, but he's also headbutting me in the same sentence because he's not getting his way.
Functional. How I look at these kids on the autism spectrum is their ability to manage stimuli in either a normal fashion or abnormal fashion. So that's why there's a spectrum. So the kids who come in and they just like hang in the corner and they bite their wrist, they keep their finger in their ear and they say, they can be 6 years old, still in diapers, still sitting in their poop. Mom says, I love you. Dad says, go get your shoes. All this stimuli means nothing. Their rectum being full and evacuating into their diaper, their bladder being full, whether they're hungry or thirsty, they don't appropriately manage it. Even mom saying, I love you, or turning to your voice, they don't manage it normal. So that kid is all the way here at the spectrum. They have other kids who come in and they've got friends and they're playing soccer, but when the teacher's talking about, say, George Washington being the first president of the United States, married a wonderful lady named Martha, was a general in the Revolutionary War, that auditory stimuli goes in, they don't process that well. They process everything else pretty good. We call that attention deficit disorder. So he doesn't process one thing well, the sounds. He doesn't process everything well, and that's why we've got this spectrum. But right about here is the functional side. Everybody on this side is functional, and everybody on this side is dysfunctional, okay? And these are the guys that I gotta try and help them make more sense of our world, all the senses. So we'll go through and we'll find out what sensory issues he has, like hair washing, cutting nails, conversational.
I don't like the word normal because what is normal? I don't want my kid to be normal. I want my kid to be exceptional, functional, yes. Okay. But more than anything, I want them to be happy and I don't want them to miss out on anything, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So with him, he doesn't understand words. So if he's like, if he wants to go outside, I have to take him out immediately. And I can't even say, Grayson, hold on, I gotta get your shoes 10 feet away, because if I pull that way and he grabs my hand the other way, he will fall to the floor. Happened this morning and hysterically have a tantrum, even though I'm going right here. I'm like, Grayson, I'm literally going right here to get your shoe. He cannot register it until like his shoes are in front of him. And even when I say, Bubby, you wanna go outside? He doesn't understand that until I bring him to the door.
Want to go outside? You look.
Bubby, we'll go outside.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but see, he also gets
Hey,
very good. Same with his sister, hair pulling, biting. Well, they can be aggressive towards.
Aggressive to see. So he's an equal opportunist. He can be aggressive to you. He can be aggressive to you. He can be aggressive. To
honestly, he's never. And I don't want to. Would you say you've ever seen him do anything to me, Jenny?
He tries to do with Roger.
Why do you think he doesn't?
I don't know.
Because you're the alpha male, and that's an instinctual mode of preservation. You do not attack the alpha male.
I was always wondering that.
She's not the alpha male. She's not the alpha male. Okay. So it's not. And what you might want to do is you might say, "Well, honey, if you're just like me, he won't bite you."
Yeah.
No, you're the alpha male. When the kid actually,
I'm like, I'm the harder ass.
She's way harder on the kids than I am, though.
Wow. It's the alpha
and that can be an instinct
you get a
he
bite
has.
on that one. Huh?
He can have an. He instinctually knows that.
He does. That means that file is preserved through all of this thing we call autism. That file is working.
Okay.
He's not going to attack you, headbutt you, or anything, because that's a bad thing in nature.
And literally, what? You missed the good one, but he was headbutting me waiting for the car in
I
ballet.
was holding him right before I handed her, and he was freaking out, but never headbutted me once. I handed her, and he headbutts her.
He's like swinging wide too, and I'm like, why? Why me?
They didn't tantrum, they weren't aggressive, they just had speech delay.
Yeah.
And Uncle John had speech delay too, and he didn't speak till he was 4. So all we have is speech delay. But what I'm seeing now is they come in with speech delay, they have receptive delay, they have problems with playing with toys, problems sleeping, they're very selective eating, they've got obsessive compulsive behaviors, they're anxious, and on the list goes. And it's like any one of those things is no big thing, but you put them all together, and it is a very big
shitstorm.
Yeah. I want to get language going for you guys. So B12 usually works really well with that methylation pathway, but we're going to go, I'm going to get that too.
Okay. What's your show? What's your show?
I'd love to forgive you. Good. Now,
What's your
let's
show?
head back
Look.
so you can tell her. But unfortunately, I can't
Troll.
forgive you
Look at
because
your
I
troll.
can see the instant.
Dude, you got stinky feet, boy. Holy
What do
mackerel.
you mean? I'm not angry. Ah! See? Anger. Because you slapped me. Did I? Ow! Okay. Is there a way I can prove I'm not
Your
angry
belly.
with you? Oh, yes.
Good job,
You
sweetie.
just have to
Your belly.
apologize to me. In front of the whole
Ooh, look at that
village.
big
Singing
belly.
in A sharp.
He
You
does
feel
weigh a
my
lot.
many
He's good, doesn't he?
I took the liberty of writing down the lyrics. What? I'd rather have the trolls be angry at me forever than sing this. Your choice. Fine. Then I choose to be alone.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't need the trolls. Also, I'm glad.
Exactly what I said to his father.
To get him into a regular kindergarten without an aide, without special accommodations. He's still going to be quirky. They always are quirky after this. Okay? But a regular kindergarten, he's 2 years, 4 months of age. Why not?
So what
I don't see the damage.
Yeah.
I have all kinds of damaged kids. He does make eye contact. He does interact with toys. He does bring things to Dad for his approval or help with. Okay? He's a little pain in the tush too.
Yeah.
Okay, I see all that. But that's not a deficiency in his mental IQ. Okay, so the damage has been done. I don't see anything warning. But this little guy...
His goal is what I said. Just prepping him for regular kindergarten.
Regular kindergarten.
Start now.
But that gives you the time frame. Not
So
by
I always
Christmas.
said I want to start early.
Intervention is key, and I thank God she didn't wait for me to come around.
2
She already
months.
started.
Yeah, 2 years, 4 months is early. Okay, like I said, the earliest I got was 6 months old. But I think by Christmas we should have a different guy.
Christmas we have what?
Different guy.
Awesome.
Okay. If I do my job right.
I appreciate it. I trust you.
All right.
And I can't thank you enough for today.